Hi, Jigga.
You all right?
Yeah.
Getting
Are
on.
you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good.
Hang on, I don't like this layout. Why is it doing this? Hang on. There you go. All right, I'm not going to add Natalie to the stage until she comes back. She's gone to look food. We know our Natalie. Oh, here she is. Yeah. Hello. Hello. All. How are you, Gary? Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. You all right?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Good.
cool.
I'll talk to you offline anyway, just to catch up on what we was talking about yesterday in regards to the young man and if he's okay.
Oh yeah. Well, no, he's still in coma. So they've reduced the drugs, so they're trying to bring him out, but he's not responding at the moment. So
no, who's that?
No, we'll talk about it offline. But yeah, it's been on my mind. It's been on my mind, and I can see you're a bit solemn. So thoughts are
yeah. I went there. I went today. I went to see his there today, and with his mom and his cousin. Them not there. So
right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you look very secretarial. Like
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like, I'm not going to say what I was thinking, but you know, them alluring sort of.
And you know what? I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even get time to do my makeup. And then I was at work today. I didn't get time to do my makeup or nothing. And yeah, I clocked off at work and was still working in housing.
You're naturally pretty anyway, so I don't understand what the issue is. It's fine. It's totally fine. How are you, Miss Shasha? The glamour puss of the group. Oh yeah, does
me? No, that's even that.
No, Miss Bardi. No, Miss Bardi.
Mate, everyone's no, man. When you're ready to fling on one hat and do your thing, boy, Lord.
I'm always perving over you two's bodies. It's quite bad. People are gonna
but
start.
you don't feel up, Charlene. You just feel up me.
Charlene's just coming. When I get more comfortable, I'll be rubbing up her leg.
I've got video evidence of Natalie just sexually harassing me.
I need that video.
No way whatsoever. And she just groping the bum. And I'm like, you know what? It's only because she's got no boundaries. None. It's only because it's Natalie that she gets away with it, boy.
Got to live up to the levels.
Someone give me an everyone comment in the group saying that we're live now, and then I'll start.
Can I just put a disclaimer?
Yeah.
Sorry to everyone that I'm eating. Like, I'm really about to eat a full-blown meal. It's like that. It's the first meal I'm having today and the only meal I'm having, but I'm intermittent fasting. I physically cannot eat after 9. So I have to eat this meal now. Otherwise, I wouldn't even take the piss like this.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only because we have little sponsorship behind me that they've put little rules in place, but it is what it is.
Where are they?
Behavior on the show. They're here, but where did you put them in the bin, Mum? Oh, Mum's been looking for specials all day.
Unless they're gonna pay for my Manjaro, I'm gonna have to do the intermittent fasting.
Not Manjaro, boy. The side effects are ridiculous.
Usually they're in the group. They're in there, isn't it?
Sorry.
You can see they're in the group.
You can usually see it, but he's here, but he's saying that he doesn't need to be seen.
Oh, so
okay.
Yeah, so he's here. Shout out to Spotlight Radio.
Shout out Spotlight.
Yeah, we're gonna we're going to be doing great things with them at some point. We're starting to build up and looking forward to seeing where we will go. So yeah, someone give me everyone comment in the group, because I think I used mine today, and then we need to start sharing it out at some point or whatever. But yes, first things first, did anyone see what Terrence Howard said about P. Diddy?
Yeah. And you know, Terrence is never shy to say wagwan, ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like him, you know.
You don't like Terrence Howard?
No, he gets on my nerves.
Why?
No, he gets on my nerves. I mean,
why?
You know what? I didn't mind him. And then I think, do you know what? I relate his character now to Best Man. I just don't like his character in The Best Man. And I just
What happened to you?
Huh? It's not like that character.
I've never heard you say someone gets on your nerves.
No. That whole, so I don't know him, obviously. I don't know him, but his character, I don't know him, and he's probably an amazing kind of person on a one-to-one. But I can't disassociate him with that character. And there's like, you know, them people, because I know people like that who are quite, slimy behind the scenes, trying to always stir up things.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
that's not him though. He's acting.
I know. But I said I can't disassociate him from that character. I even liked his character in what's that film he did?
Players Club.
It's hard that for a pimp. What's that one? Hustle and Flow.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it.
I've not seen that. Don't think.
Oh, that's not Hustle and Flow was a wicked movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it was trying to be a rapper and a pimp at the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. All right, let me show you what he said, Jigs. One sec. Share the screen. I thought this was quite interesting. Hang on. Yeah, this one. So you can all see my screen, because you know I've been known to think that you're not seeing the whole screen and you're not.
Yeah.
So
greater desire than being a man.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process, I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to, That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit. But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody.
I can't hear.
It wasn't it the same similar thing Cat Williams was saying?
Yeah, basically.
You're muted, Tisha.
Nah, because the house phone never rings. No one rings our house phone. And then I don't know if you heard. Sure, in the middle of the thing. But yeah, so what he's basically saying is that there is a dark side to Hollywood. You're expected to pimp out yourself to men, and that a lot of guys do it and they never recover from it. Hence the reason they are on the drugs and trying to escape from selling their integrity, selling their soul, selling their bottom, just to get, you know, some stardom. So he's like, I've lost business. I've not done work. I've missed out on certain things. There's a reputation that Terrence Howard is difficult. And it's because he's like, I'm not in it, so I'm not playing no gay role. You're not going to put me in a dress. You're not going to do none of these things. And so be it, right? Then he went on to say that Diddy was just like calling him over to his house. Says, "Oh, I want you to be my acting coach. When I get there, you're just a look on me." Then he said, "You want to listen? You want to listen to some of my music? I go over there to play the music. You're just looking at me." But then he said his assistant said that Diddy's trying to give him one, and I'm like, well, Diddy never actually made a pass, so I kind of feel like that's wrong.
Hearsay.
Yeah, because Diddy can't get onto that. But it's like, oh my God. Like, we had Real Queens Will Talk on last show, and I boldly sat here and was like, I believe some of the Diddy claims. Absolutely believe it. We've seen some of it. Some of it I think is made up, and some of it I think is exasperated and people looking for a payday. But when the more and more people that are coming out and saying that he's doing these weird things, it's like, raw. Like, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time digesting it, because it seems to be the norm, but I am. Kasha K and her messy self. I do like watching some of her things, though, I'm not gonna lie. But she had someone on there talking about Spice and Shensia. He reckons he does spiritual work and has done like necromancy, but I don't know enough about it to speak on it. But some sort of ritual work, spiritual work, to make them go viral. And to make them, so it's like now everyone's talking out the dark side of that industry, and I'm finding it really interesting.
But I don't know. I don't know about the dark side and light side and whatever, and what people do to get ahead. But from the 20th, early 20s and roaring 20s, and I've met singers and artists and stuff who've done things with producers to get a record deal. So I don't see there's anything new. This is like a time-honored possession where people, whatever Indian models, anybody who wants to listen, not listen, or anybody who wants to get into a field that is hard to get into. There's people who are going to take advantage of people. So if you've got a child who's a footballer and they've got an agent, there's someone trying to pimp out your child to be the footballer. If you've got somebody who wants to be an actor, there's always dodgy people out there who are going to try and use their influence to kind of. So you say it's dark side, I don't think it's part of human nature.
There's always charlatans.
Yeah, there's always going to be somebody out there in the world who's going to take the mick out of somebody else because and there's always going to be a person out there who's going to be vulnerable enough, who's going to be like, you know what, this person can get me to the place I want to be quicker than I can do it myself. So you know what, I'm going to give up something So
and they give up a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I don't fuck around in that industry no more. I've seen enough. It just wasn't for me.
Right.
It wasn't for me. And sometimes people think when they proposition you with certain things, it's a given. It's not even an ask.
Right. You're gonna just talk to it.
Yeah, and that always showed me that there's millions of people doing it, because you wouldn't be that confident if you didn't have a load of success stories with that. I've watched other models, I've watched other artists, I've watched people that I was fuck's sake cool with. Sorry. And I've been around it a lot until I couldn't be around it anymore. And do you know what? When I first came in,
affect your spirit.
When I first came in, they used to come for me as well. Like I was one of them.
Right.
And I think I just made my stand. And then no matter what was going on, it was all happening around me. So I kind of was able to create a respect where I didn't get it, but if some of my models, people would try, and I always held like a good standing with everyone there, but just being around it was draining. And I was just like, it's just not for me. I can't do this. And I stayed cool with some people, but I got out of there, man.
That's what I said. So when people people are saying this stuff happens, I'm not disputing it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
My reservation is when people are trying to pretend like, oh, we were forced into it, when it's your career, when it's you trying to push your career and trying to be, you know what? Because at the end of the day, I could tell somebody, yeah, I want to be a singer, and the person goes to me, you know what? Come around my house tonight, and we record an album together. I go to the house now. Other things happen. Record an album, and it goes far. It goes, and next time I'm a 10-minute star. Everyone knows me with 2-hit wonders and stuff like that. And then you don't hear from me again. And then I come out and say, oh, they took advantage of me. No, you left yourself open. You left yourself open to do that. Right. So like Harris is like, see, the problem with the Terrence Howard and the Diddy thing is Diddy.
That's not a right time to make that statement, though. Now,
but for me, in that situation is Diddy has no power over Terrence Howard. So he was already established, so he couldn't just come out and say, "Yeah, bend over and we do it." Yeah. I look at you in a certain way.
I hope that you caught it on.
Yeah, I can't come out of it straight. Now, if I'm a nobody, I can come out with it straight.
Yeah,
literally.
50 said that Diddy was never in the closet; he was always in the hallway. I was busting up. Anyway, moving on, because I don't want to keep you lot on here all night. We want to finish and bang on 10. Let me see which one this is.
We might be a bit quiet today because Real Madrid and Arsenal are playing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they'll catch it on the replay.
Yeah.
All right. So hang on. So I'm wondering where is everybody, but they will turn up when they're ready. Hang on. I just had it and I just cut it off. But yeah, let me see if I can find it again. Because I just had my topic that I really want to ask Gary's opinion on. This is the main reason I want to find this one. Hang on. All right, here it is. Right. StreamYard. Bear with me. Sharing that.
You're sharing. I was going to ask a question.
Go on.
Well, I was talking to some people about it, and as a group of girls, you may be able to answer this better. So, if you've got your partner, you're in a relationship, or you're married to your partner, and he or she is posting on Facebook other people, other like girls, and making comments about girls on comment, is that disrespectful?
Yes.
Depends what it is. What is it? What is he posting about them?
That'll be like a picture of a really pretty girl and put on it like, yeah, this one for the fellas or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, not about like local girls and like love hearts underneath their comments.
No. Just that's like famous or just images, models, or something like that.
No.
Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just curious because I was having a conversation with a couple people, like girls I know, and they were saying it's really out of order. Like if you've got a husband and he's posting pictures of other women on his page, regardless if he knows them or not, it's a disrespect. And I was like, well, if you don't know them, you don't know them. And he's like, that's disrespect regardless.
Everyone different.
You don't post every week that you're lusting after someone every week. But I don't know. If someone posted like Christina Milian or fucking Beyonce, I'd be like, go for it. Do your thing.
Okay.
Right. No, I don't think it. But listen to this, guys.
Shoot like a man.
Okay.
For that position.
Hang on.
That frozen position.
What? Nothing's going right today. I don't understand why. Because I'm sharing the page, so here it is. All right.
I can see it.
Uteruses, 2 cervixes, and 2 vaginas. The whole double whammy.
So when it's your period, what do you use?
Tampons, but I have to double dip.
Oh my god!
I have to double dip, so I have to put up one to see which one's bleeding, and like just to make sure like which one's on the period.
I feel like you were meant to be a twin, but you just became one person. Is that kind of like the science behind it?
Yeah, I ate my twin in the womb. God just woke up one day and he was like, "I want a future that's really good, so I'm going to give her 2, so she has to do it." So I have 2 uteruses, 2 cervixes, and 2 vaginas. The whole double whammy.
So when
That's
it's your period,
knackering.
So she has 2 vaginas. As a man, Gary, would you sleep with her?
It looks like a man, isn't it? Don't find it attractive.
I'm so curious. Like, would men
attractive.
think that's weird or wonderful?
I've never thought. I've seen 2 cervixes.
You're rocking.
No, I've seen 2 cervixes. Like when a patient came to the clinic and she had 2 cervixes, and one of the doctors said, "Oh, would you mind if people actually come look?" So we looked through and they could see them. So I've seen that. I haven't seen people with 2 wombs. I've seen 2 cervixes and stuff. But that's
2 vaginas.
No, 2 cervix. So inside the vagina, you get the cervix where it goes to the top of the womb. So where the womb is, where the cervix opens up to where the baby comes out.
Yeah.
We've got 2 of them.
Wow. She said she's got 2 vaginas, 2
and
cervix.
2 cervixes and 2 wombs. Yeah.
So that's wild.
That's a lot.
She doesn't know. It alternates. So one will be bleeding and the other one will bleed the other month. So it takes turns on having its period. But I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like this. So
but I don't know. So it depends if she's got. She may have 2 wombs, but she may only have 2 ovaries, for example. She wouldn't have 4 ovaries.
Right.
So obviously, when the eggs come out of one or the other, then that's it. So there's only one set eggs coming out, if that makes sense.
Right.
So even though she's got 2 wombs, there's only one egg could go into one that's not releasing into different. Like she hasn't got 4 ovaries where there's 2 released from the thing.
Yeah. So that's why it alternates.
Yeah, that's why it alternates.
But as a man, would you run 10 miles?
Unless she told you in advance, it'd be a bit confusing. I'm like, oh, straight away. Oh, this one feels different.
Could you imagine? That was I'm like, why are you like this, Trisha Blake? Because the first thing I thought of is, would men find that weird or wonderful?
Yeah.
I said I wouldn't. I mean, it'd be something strange, innit? And you'd have to be told because. But then again, a lot of guys probably don't know what down there is meant to look like, so they maybe get confused and think, "Oh, this is normal."
No,
I think so.
Guys know that there's one vagina.
They don't. People don't know. Half people don't
Twin
know.
vaginas. Could you imagine?
Oh,
It'd be good for you, innit?
no, it's not. One's enough.
Yeah, because if you let's say, for example, if you had 2 guys, you could say, guy number 1, you can use the top.
Gary.
And then you wouldn't.
I knew you were gonna say that.
She's like, sometimes I have to double dip. I was just like, oh. I'm there eating meatballs, bro. Like, allow it.
And maybe she can have 2 orgasms at the same time and she's got 2.
You never double dip. Even if you've got 2 vaginas, you use the 1 tampon once. If you've got to have 2 tampons up at a time, so you like a Twix, do it. But you don't fucking double dip.
Oh, she didn't double dip.
She said it.
No,
She did say double dip. She did.
Did she?
Yeah, but maybe that's not what she meant.
I thought she said put it in one and then take it out and then check
She's
the whole
like,
way.
sometimes I have to double dip. That's what she said.
Things were expensive, man.
Proud.
Yeah, Trump's put tariffs on it, so you...
No, this is bad.
What tariffs?
This is bad. This is terrible of us.
Oh dear. Did someone give me my everyone comment in the group?
No.
I'm sure. Hold on. 1 second.
No. I just said I definitely want to ask Gary this. As a man, would that freak you out?
I suppose things don't freak me out because as long as I know.
Yeah, maybe you're the wrong person to ask.
Yeah. From I know, then I wouldn't get freaked. If I didn't know, then I'll be curious, innit?
Right.
No, Gary, but you are a...
I'll try and do 2 things at the same time to see at the same time. All that kind of thing. Yeah, try to do 2 things at the same time. And see, be like, live long and prosper.
Oh my God.
I can be Star Trek.
What's the sign that they do? I was just like, wow.
We're going to hell, though. That's really happening.
Live long and prosper.
Fast track.
So Niga said, Trisha, I said, could you imagine, for fuck's sake? I wonder if men would find this weird or wonderful. So Liga said, well, she couldn't use I'm on my time of the month because he would just use the other hole.
That's
yeah, but you'd still be dripping from the
same.
No,
you plug it. You plug one.
Plug the other one, isn't it?
Plug the other one. Plug one. Plug
so you lot will have the little tampon string just dangling on your shaft. Allow it, blood.
Put it all the way in.
DJ Amara said, nah, no thanks.
But man will go and sleep with 2 women on the same night, 2 different holes.
Good evening, Davina. Davina has said, I read where a woman with 2 vaginas had 2 men and did exactly what Gary said, 1 each.
1 each. What?
But how do they both get on top of her? Is one big
different times? So different times. Today and tomorrow. So top holes, Gary's got holes, Ricky's. You know what I mean?
God, it sounds like Top Golf.
And then if Gary goes in Ricky's, then be like, listen, brother, don't go my space.
Oh Lord have mercy.
So, yeah. Yeah. Well, no one can't say whose pum pum is this.
You'd be like, whose pum pums are these?
God. Put a name tag.
The men didn't know about each other. Yeah, we can't say I cheated. I found that extraordinary. I am not gonna lie. I've never heard of anything like that before in my life.
I've never heard the two, but I've heard of that people having 2 wombs or 2 cervixes, but I've never had the 2 like actual vaginas.
Has there been like a medical explanation as to why?
Do you know? I never asked. I'm never really interested. It's like those. I remember I was saying to someone one time about things that are unusual. I don't really bother asking because if they're unusual, they're unusual. It's a freak of nature. So it's not like an everyday thing.
I reckon it's a twin thing where you was maybe supposed to have a twin and it merged. Yeah. That's what I think it is.
But how would it? So there'll be like another body. It wouldn't just be one there. It just. Yeah.
They just left you with the good bits.
How would you manage that? Do you think mentally as women, if that was you?
Can you imagine if it was a guy and had two penises?
Oh Lord!
Oh my
I
god,
think
he'd be
guys would love
unstoppable.
that. I think guys would love it.
He'd be unstoppable.
What the things them?
Yeah.
What them on the table? I think guys would love it. They
They
would
wouldn't, man.
every
Especially when you
moment.
go to toilet, you got to bring both out. Bring the one out, you wet yourself.
Oh my god. Do you know what? I think I'd have like a weekend vagina and a weekday one.
Oh Lord!
What do you
That's
mean?
it.
Chris gets the weekday.
The weekend one has fun. The weekday one just keeps it, just chills out.
I would sew
Weekend-
up one, I think.
Weekend
Yeah,
vagina,
we
weekday.
do.
Monday to Friday.
You get doing swabbing. Oh, but you know, the good thing about it though, the good thing about it is if you had two and one guy had one, and the other guy, you could always tell who gave you the infection.
It was you, blood.
But it was Ricky.
It's Ricky, and then Ricky, you're not getting it no more. See, you can carry on.
Oh, don't! I am dead. Well, yeah. The things I find fascinating, I'm like, why are you like this? Because the first thing I thought about was, would men run or would they just be like?
I think most of them
that one's sore. Let's go to that one.
most people would just be like, if they knew, then if they don't know, then it wouldn't be an issue. If you knew, then it'd be like, okay, and it'd be something to experiment with and stuff like that. It may even keep them interested.
It may.
Yeah.
It may.
Interested.
It may. I don't know. I've just been having this kind of day where I've set things up and then they're just not there. It's a minimal. But all right, I want to read. Charlene, you got quite passionate about this one. I had it here, but I don't know where it is now. I'm just gonna find it. Bear with me. I felt sorry for her. But I need to find it again. It was there, but I must have just closed it down. But if back to the two vagina thing, whilst I look for this.
She's got like, I'm not finished.
How would you treat an infection?
What do you mean? We treat it the same way. It's the same tablets.
Really? But how would you know which one's got the infection?
Would
you swab?
You swab them both.
Okay.
So depending what infection it was. If it was like if it was a bacterial infection, you swab the place that has the infection, but it will be the same treatment because it will be the same tablets you're taking regardless.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
So you'll take the tablets to cure the infection. So it doesn't make a difference. Like for example, if you've got chlamydia in your throat, it's the same tablets you get if it's in your vagina or in your rectum. It's the same medication.
Same thing.
Yeah, same
You
thing.
can get chlamydia in your throat.
Yeah, if you give oral sex,
If you've been giving blowjobs, yeah.
Yeah, things that. So if you've got gonorrhea, if you've got gonorrhea in your throat,
what's the effects of chlamydia in your throat? Like if you've got it in your vagina, that you can go sterile or stuff like that.
That's a kind of.
Can you lose your voice? What?
That's a bit of like it's true. You can go infertile, but it'll have to be there for a very, very, very long time. Yeah,
right.
Would have to be a very long time, and it's not that it's in your vagina that makes you go infertile. What it does is the infection can travel up into your fallopian tubes
and block them.
And then basically, don't block them. So basically, in there, it's got this thing. It's called cilia. Yeah, so it's like coral, and what it does, it kills that. So when the egg does that, the egg gets stuck in your fallopian tube. So will pull it down the fallopian tube, like
Right.
it kind of moves like that, so it pulls the egg along slowly. But if it's no cilia, it gets stuck in it. So when the sperm goes up, it will implant in the fallopian tube and then start growing and get ectopic pregnancies, and that's where they talk about your tube being blocked or whatever, blah blah blah.
So what happens if it's in your throat for a long time?
It's the same thing. You can just pass it on. You can give it to other people. You can give it to other guys that you give oral sex to.
But it doesn't have the same sort of.
You may get sore throat. You may things like that.
Sore throat. Okay.
Sore throat, but you may get sore throat. You may get bits and pieces like that. It's not gonna. It won't do anything major to you. You just have a lot of bacteria in your body, and maybe in some cases you won't know. In some cases, some people may even clear it.
Right.
So, but just some people to just clear it. It's not a regular thing, but some people may clear it. Or you get, say for example, you've got it causes an infection in your throat, and then you get like a toothache, for example. They say the bacteria got into your mouth, got in your mouth, and it got into the and then the doctor gave you some antibiotics, amoxicillin or something like that. It wouldn't necessarily treat the chlamydia, but it may reduce it and then it will die by itself, or it gives you a weaker doxy and that will kill it. That makes sense.
Okay. Davina's saying someone can't even find one clit. Imagine them trying to find two.
You got two choices. That's easier. Then it's easy. You got two choices in it. You get two choices in it. You get two choices.
Yeah, but that's double the whammy. Imagine if you're giving oral sex.
You've got to work up double.
That's double the work.
Not really.
I'm sorry. I found that really
disturbing.
Yeah, I did. Disturbing and intriguing. At the same time, I'm not gonna lie. Two vaginas, Wow. All right. So this next topic. Hang on a minute. Right, I'm gonna read it out. It's a bit of a long one. Inbox that we received. So I've said, okay, you guys, we get loads of inboxes, and I thought this was an interesting topic. I feel for this woman because she loves this guy hard and things happen in relationships, but I don't think I could overlook this one. In fact, I know I couldn't. So, she was like, I want to ask the men what they think about this. Oh, this is me still saying, I want to ask the men what they think about this. Do you think this is about the pressure of the baby that has him running back to her? Or let me know in the comments. So this is what she said. She said, I need real advice. Tell the group not to hold back. Please keep my name private. I was with this man for 3 years, loved him deep, like real deep, stuck with him through everything. But a few months before it all blew up, I started noticing that he was acting different, cold, distant, barely talking to me. Sex started to dwindle and it was crushing me. I didn't want to overthink, as he was saying it was pressure at work and his mother died the year before. So I wanted to give him the space he asked for. I started opening up to my friend about it, telling her how I felt like I was losing him, how confused and hurt I was. She was there listening, giving me advice, pretending to care and encouraging me to let him breathe until he could get himself together. Out of the blue, my partner came in and told me he was moving out. And it turned out the friend I was confiding in was the reason. She was messing with him behind my back the whole time. And to make it worse, they ended up having a baby together. I was shattered. That broke me in ways I can't explain. A year goes by, no real contact. He pops back up saying he regrets it all, saying that I'm the one he really wanted and that she came onto him in a vulnerable state. He says he was lost and stupid and made the biggest mistake of his life. We talked and one thing led to another. We slept together. Now I'm in this mess. I still love him, like deep in my soul love him, but I keep replaying everything, the lies, the betrayal, the fact that I was pouring my heart out to the same girl he was sleeping with. Would you guys go back to someone like that, or am I just stuck in love with the version of him I wish he was. Let me know what you think. I know what to do logically, but my heart. I'm going to go over the comments. I'm going to see what you lot think, and then we'll go over the comments. What do you guys think?
Give him a second chance. Give him a second chance.
Give him a second chance. Gary, as a man,
I'd want a second
if
chance.
you make you say give him a second chance. You're just being facetious, though. I can see the facetious.
I know, I can see it as well.
All over your face.
Hold on. I'm saying to you, I'd want a second chance. What? I can't have a second chance.
Not if you go and have a whole baby with my friend. I think that's feisty.
But I still got to ask for a second chance, though. You got like a year.
All right. So I want to. This is delve into the man's mind show today. Not, I don't know. I can't swear for anybody because I was just about to say not that you would do this, but me don't know. But I can't swear for anybody. But is it possible for a man to make a decision like this and then want to go back to the original because of the pressures of the baby?
Yeah, of course. Because
of the pressures of the baby, or just a mistake?
It's a bit of both, really. Because really and truly, like, you can have, say for example, I could get someone pregnant or whatever, and then realize it's not what I want, and then because the logic's telling you, you know what, if someone's having a baby, you've got to be there to support them. That's the right thing to do. You may not want to do it, but that's the right thing to do. Now, me and someone had a conversation about do people do things because it's the right thing to do or because they want to do it? And I would say most people do things because they know it's the right thing to do, not because they want to do it. So there's lots of things I've done. I don't necessarily want to do it, but because I know it's the right thing to do. Right. So if someone come up to you and said, "Oh, I'm pregnant," you don't say to them, "Oh, have an abortion, do this, do that." You kind of say, "Okay, whatever you want to do, I will support you." Now, in your heart, you may be like, you know, I don't want you to have it, but I'm not ready for that. But you know, the right thing to say is that. So if the girl, if he's doing a thing with the girl when she says she's pregnant, the right thing to say would be to, okay, we'll stay with you. Obviously, I've been doing a thing with her. I think it'll work out all right. So that's the right thing to say. It's not the thing you may want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you not think? Shah?
Take me back, Shah. Take me back. Don't shake
There's lines that should not be crossed. And there's some things you can kind of think, okay, you can work through it. But this is something that you won't even get past my door. It's just not happening. My friend, and you got baby. You didn't just slap me, you thumped me. Do you understand? And then you want me to
Your friend, it's your friend. So your friend's done a thing. So your friend came on to him. He wasn't able to.
Nah, see, I'm not on this whole my friend, she came on to me. No, I know what it's for. I know what it feels like to be dealing with grief. Yeah. And at the end of the day, if he was in a situation where where his partner was somebody that wasn't sympathetic to the situation, wasn't being there, all of that, I might be swayed to think differently, but you didn't. You made a conscious decision. Your friend knew what she was doing. You knew what you was doing. You got a baby. Now you want me to take you back, and the woman's still going to be in your life. It can't work. I'm just not here for it. You any kind of respect that I thought you had for me, you didn't. You don't. You could have gone with anybody else, but you go for my friend. You taking a piss, and then you want me to turn my head and be like, "Oh, it's all right. You know, we can try again." No, I'm lucky he still get peace from him, because as far as I'm concerned, that just demolishes a woman's self-esteem, their self-worth. Oh, I realised. Really? You realised?
All right.
Sorry.
What say you, Nat?
So, have you ever sat on a roller coaster? Yeah. Right. And the moment that roller coaster starts going, you like, I want to get off.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
In it, like you're like, fuck, yeah. Can you get off?
Yeah.
You can't. That's what it is. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think after that. You can't get off the ride. You have to keep going.
Keep going.
That's
right.
the choice you made. You're stuck with it.
Exactly.
You can't come back here. It's not possible. It's actually not possible. There's layers to the disrespect as well.
Yes.
It's a layered disrespect. First of all, you're having issues with me. You didn't say anything. Okay, so you can't communicate. Cool. Yeah.
One.
Second of all, you decided to go outside of the relationship and seek gyal. Yeah. That's sackable offense in already. Yeah. Then on top of that, that girl was my best friend that I was confiding in. So you two are obviously talking about what I was confiding in her about. And she obviously told you that I was coming to her, and you two are laughing off my back and fucking. So that's free. Then on top of that, yeah.
Hold on. How do you know she's laughing? How do you know they're laughing?
Oh, come on.
Because you were still fucking her.
Yeah.
There was no sympathy. There was no empathy for me. There was nothing for me when you lot were chatting me and fucking. Then you left me for the bitch. Yeah, you left the house. You made a conscious decision to be like, I don't want this house. I want that house. Right. Then you lot had pick me. Like, no, man. The first step would have been the roller coaster. So the first step of the roller coaster where you can't get off would have been that you're looking at other girl and you're seeking other woman. I think that needs to be it. And I know she said that her heart hurts, but what else can he do? If you take this man back, he's done the penultimate. What else can he honestly do? Yeah, that's worse than that. Like that means he can do anything to you, and you'll take him back. And your heart, you don't know hurt yet. No, your heart will hurt when you take him back and you're in limbo. You need to make the conscious decision to go about your business, hurt for a while, yeah, until you get over it and find someone that is meant for you, or until you heal and get over it. If you get back with him, you think that it's because of your heart, but your heart will never stop hurting.
Okay. Yeah.
With him in your life.
Yeah. But I think the reason why it because I'd be a liar if I sit here and say that there wasn't like that one person that gets under your skin and that you've made less than smart decisions about. 100%. And I think that's why I was just like, She said, I know what to do logically. I think that's what struck me. Yeah. But my heart. And I thought, poor thing, Lord have mercy. Because me personally, I couldn't. I couldn't. But I got it.
Yeah.
What couldn't you do? Go back or have a that? Because at the end of the day, people make errors, regardless how big or small they are.
A fucking error and a half, though.
Errors. People make errors in judgment, right? You get on the roller coaster, you want it to stop. You try to pull the emergency brake, it don't work. It's gone. It's gone. But really and truly, once it's gone round and it's come back to the start again and you get off, you don't stay on it for another time round, do you?
You do. Sometimes it reverses and goes back to traumatize you.
But at some stage, you're allowed to get off.
Why get off and go about your business? Why are you coming back to me?
Yeah, you have to remember when you get off a roller coaster, you never walk off the same exit that you walked in. Right. You always walk out a different way that you walked in.
And then you get back on, you walk back around to the start again, and you say, if you're at Alton Towers, you run around quick till you get back to the front of the queue. So
you made a decision, and that's it. And if you vomit after you come off the roller coaster, you vomit.
That's your business.
You have to hold every consequence of going on that ride.
There's no amount of apology or talks that we could have. Nothing. As Natalie said, you broke all the boundaries and rules that there are. You broke them all.
You're not saying because that's her friend. If it wasn't her friend, it was just some random chick.
No,
you broke all the rules.
You can't.
No.
Think about it, yeah. And the reason why she wants to get back with him is because, like she said, she knows what she should do logically, but obviously her heart. So what I would say to her is, I know you think it's your heart, but really, your brain, unfortunately, is communicating the wrong message to your heart. So your brain is fooling your heart. Emotion is making you think that if you just allow him, it will mend you. It will mend your heart. When what actually it will do is it will hurt your heart
even more. Yeah.
Even more. That limbo and that having that person back into your space. Listen, we've all been with cheater pumpkin eaters, yeah, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Listen, I would say to people, I know people that have cheated and then got back with their partners and they're happy ever after. Now everyone's cool. So
yeah, but there's colossals. This is fucking cataclysmic, colossal Jurassic Park cheating.
Right.
What the fuck? What could he possibly do apart from fucking, fuck her granny, her mum, all that? There's nothing much more he could do. Like,
poor granny.
He has to go like ham. Like, there's not a lot more he could really do. And if I'm gonna take you back after that, if you come back, there's not really much else that like I forgive you for having another child outside with my best friend. What else can't you do? Like, I love you so much that I'm willing to lower the boundaries and allow certain things to happen. So that means if you do something, I'll be upset at first, but I'll let you back because I love you so much.
Right.
And that's why sometimes, if you ever been hit with the fucking beatbox, you're always done, or you're done, or you're always thingy. They don't respect you, blood. Like, when you take them back for doing certain things, deep down, they don't respect it. And they know that deep down they could do something again and you will take them back. So the fear factor is not as...
It's not there, yeah.
Things that happened to me in the past and I've taken girls back. A girl I dated, she kind of cheated on me and we went back and started, but we're really good friends now. But yeah, I think... It's sometimes, I mean, it's not. I don't think people still respect you. No, they don't respect you. They do. People make errors and do things because they think the stuff is green on the other side.
Yeah, but there's errors and there's conscious decisions at every single step. So at each step that he took, there was conscious decision. There was a lapse in judgment for a moment. There's a quick fling, but this was calculated. This was so. At one point, even if you fucked a random girl on road, you're thinking, oh shit, you're thinking shit, but then this is her best friend, this is her friend. Like, there's so many things that both him and the friend had to take into consideration, and they continued anyway to the point he moved out of the house. So this was something ongoing. They ain't leaving unless they got something else patterned.
Did she know that? Sorry, did he know she was pregnant before he moved out, or did he get pregnant up? They were let each other out and got pregnant. Yeah, because
a year went by, no contact.
Yeah, because if she came out and it was like, oh, I'm pregnant and I'm leaving you because I got another girl pregnant, or is it, oh, me and this girl are gonna be together, we're living together for 6 months a year, then she gets pregnant.
It's irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. He's a whore.
Mum.
Sorry. Look, her neurodivergent brain is like, oh my god.
The house phone never rings.
Never rings.
Why?
Especially at night time.
Davina said he could go sucking mama and the friend did too with a small straw. Straw. Not a small straw.
Right.
And if a man really respected me and loved me and he thought about what he did to me, he would leave me the fuck alone after that.
Right.
Because he's done enough. You've done enough. You've just come back for more. Round two.
There's only so much a woman. Like Trish said, we've all had that time where shit's gone down. We've done certain things. We all have. Well, majority of us have. But at the end of the day, as much as it hurts now, it's going to hurt even more. She's going to be hurting herself in the long run. If that was my friend, I'd be like, I'd rather you would hurt for a short period than to hurt long term, and for him to feel like, as I said, there's nothing. What more could you do to disrespect me? Because there isn't. There's no other. There's no harsher disrespect than my friend. All right, you can go out there, sleep with a girl. Oh, okay, that shouldn't have happened. I want that then, cool. But you went with my best friend. The two of you are chatting behind my back. You made a conscious decision. You knew what you were doing. You didn't just slip and fall in the inside of her crotch. You knew what you was doing. So the fact that you feel that you're brave enough to come up my doorstep, and to want to have a conversation with me after what you've done, and know that I'm not going to shut the door in your face. That's even worse, because how much respect do you have for me? You don't. Just leave her alone. For her sake, and give her the respect that she needs, and leave her alone. You made your bed, go and lie in it. But I beg you, please go and enjoy your life. You're gonna have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, leave me out.
I'm not saying that okay, he was in grief, but you decided to go and talk to somebody else. You didn't have a reason to go anywhere else. So you're not going to say your mouth wasn't working. Your mouth was working, but you chose not to come and talk to me when I'm trying with you. So you pushed me away and went to somebody else. Well, then go use that same energy and fuck off back over there. Because now you got a child with her. So I don't want to see you, and I certainly don't want to see her. And I don't really want to see this child. And I don't wish you the best of luck.
Sorry, the child's not cute either.
I don't want to see the child.
It's
Out.
true.
No, but it's true.
It's true.
You're gonna be in my house until 18 years of age. You and this woman are gonna have to see each other. So what? When you want to see the child now, the child got to come to my house. That's even more of a dig. You're just constantly digging me like I've got to look at a child that was born from Jed.
You're not Rashida.
No,
you can't do these things.
You can't do it. And when I read it, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Nah, that was
sometimes
deep.
You've got to be comfortable as well. Just be comfortable with being the one that got away, blood. Because he's already shown you the patterns. He can't stick to nothing. He was with you. He didn't want you. He want her. Right. Now he's hard in the paint with her. He wants to go back with you. This guy, that pattern alone, he got no follow through. Like, he's got no integrity. Like, he can't stick to nothing. That is a big red flag on its own.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Gary's itching to say something. Come on, come in, Gary.
I thought, could you? You lot, I mean, you lot got it from the section that this is the hurt and stuff, but it's a bit like when you see couples who break up when they're young and then reconnect for 30, 40 years later, and then
that's different.
You know, if I cheated on you when you 1 year ago, or 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, I've still cheated. There's no difference.
If you cheated on me when I was 16, and then we get back together when I'm 40, it's because I'm thinking, okay, there may be a different person from 16 to 40. I fucking
the same person. There shouldn't be from 16.
Yeah. And then like, so all it is about time and how people look at the course of time. So she
because I don't care if we were 10. You can't have a baby on me. It don't matter. I was 10 and they're now 50. You can't have a baby on me.
Right. Hold on. We made it clear that he didn't necessarily have a baby on you. He left you for the other girl. You could have had the baby afterwards.
It's still you two dirty fucking swines, the baby. And that baby will never be cute. It will always be an ugly baby. And I will never be nice to the baby.
No, exactly. So I'm with you, Nat. I will not pick it up. I will not do anything.
I would never be nice to the baby. It's not realistic. Yeah, we're not all Rashida fucking thingy. It doesn't make sense. It's not
Gabrielle Union style.
Yeah, but them man. And they live a very different life, and I'm glad that they can live with that. But I don't want to be looking at no 4-year-old sideways. Like an enemy, like Damien from fucking thingy. I'll be looking at that kid like, look at the devil's spawn.
Innocent in all of this, isn't it?
Yeah, the kid's innocent, and I just don't want to have those negative. I'd need to take myself out that whole energy field. Like, just the whole energy of that situation and everything about it for my own peace and my own sanity, because I would ultimately dislike your pick-me. I would dislike the mother of your pick-me and everything around that situation. It's not normal. And I would be a liar. I'll say it on here with my chest. I'd be a liar to say that, you know what, it's not the pick-me's fault. It's not the pick-me's fault. So deep down, I'll be having a constant battle. It's not the pick-me's fault. I'm a mum. Yeah. So I'm telling you this from now, honestly, no bravado. I would not like that pick-me.
Right.
I wouldn't.
This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. Of point of our podcast is to talk about shit honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
because it takes you back to a place of hurt, heartbreak, trauma, being crushed, and that's all you will feel every single time you look at the child. And if I'm gonna get counselling and therapy, I'm gonna get it for me, not so that I can like your baby.
Yeah. It's true though.
Sorry. You know, do it.
Yo, I can't. Natalie's too fucking funny. I cannot. So, yeah. Plus, I suppose if he leaves and bounces back, it's gonna come with baby mama drama, and I'm gonna just
necessarily. She may be in the same position. Like, you know what? I don't want him no more. You can have him back.
Yeah, but they always got to deal with each other still. It's not like he's gonna. They're just gonna still have to communicate on some. How
you just being facetious. Seriously.
No, seriously. Not. It's not a fantasy. Because I think that people make errors, and people should be forgiven for errors. If you're sincere and you come back and you do the work, then you've done the work.
Yeah, but Gary,
it depends on the error.
When you come back and then you do it again, I'm gonna want to hang you and myself. Blood. If you do it again, I've got to go through that all over again.
Everyone's dead.
I'm gonna want to blow up your car, your house.
Everything.
You're not gonna have no windows lifted in your place. No.
Would a man take a woman back after she had picnic for his best mate when he was with her? Like, let's just put the shoe, let's just put the fucking Crocs on the other foot. Yeah.
Crocs, you know.
Would a man has a heart attack if he knows that a woman's had an emotional affair with another man. He literally will lose it. Half his whole prostate will just shrivel. Yeah. They can't take it. They can't take half the things that women would tolerate from a man. Yeah. They might cheat 10 times. The minute another woman speaks to another man, Ray J right now, right? This is an example. Is crashing out because after like 10 years. Princess is finally seeing another man, and she's told him, look, I've got a boyfriend. He's literally losing his mind. He cheated on her for like 11 years straight.
Right.
And he's had a thing now that she's out of the relationship. They've been divorced for a couple of years and she's got a man. He's losing it.
Really?
And this is what I mean. If she done it the right way, yeah. If I was with a man, I started fucking his best mate, then I left said man, then I had baby with his best mate. Yeah. Then after a couple of years or a year or so, I'm like, I'm so sorry. It's a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. Baby in my left arm. Can we do that? Like the fuck? No, blood. But why would the woman be expected to take the man? That is ridiculous when you put it like that. It should be just as ridiculous when you're saying it about the man coming back to her. Isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Gary, just what Natalie just said. Gary, if that was yourself, you're with a woman, you're going through problem, whatever not, and then she's going, your best friend and her talk, but you don't know they talk on that level. Yeah. She comes to you and said, oh, I'm pregnant for him, I'm gonna be with him, blah blah. And then come back
a year later
or 2 years later, it never work out. Are you honestly trying to tell me your best friend
is coming back with your best friend's toddler?
The thing for me about this is, right, and I said before, we're not. This wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen because none of the guys that my friends would be would do that more than say. But
that's not the
not
No,
question.
that's
I'm
not the
saying, no, but I'm
question.
saying to you, I'm trying to put which one of my friends would do that. So I'm trying to think of one, any of my friends who would do that. Someone would do that, right? And then I would talk, and I'll be talking to her. Like I said before, I've taken a partner back who cheated on me, so I can't say
It didn't last, no.
Huh?
It didn't last, did it?
Well, you know what?
Did they come back with the sperm in human form?
No.
To throw in your face?
No, they have a baby. They have a baby.
Right, and that's the thing. When it's the worst thing. Okay, you find out somebody's cheated, but what adds insult to injury for me? You now got pick up on me. You got a child. I've got to like this child.
I don't like the child.
No, I can't. I'm gonna not want to feed it. Not want to get a drink. Nothing.
Don't bring it.
Like, go to your mum.
Trying to stop.
Go to your mum.
Go find your dad.
Go find your daddy.
You understand?
Yeah.
And with me as a person, you don't know that I have got a tough exterior, but a really soft, squidgy inside. If the baby came to me and was like, wanted something, I'd be in real turmoil.
I'd be treating that baby like Annie blood.
Not Annie.
See how they treated Annie? That's how I'd be treating that baby.
Baby. And it's not the baby.
No, I wouldn't. But I would be like, I don't want to be around the baby.
I wouldn't want the baby around me if I was
The problem for me with you lot is I don't necessarily believe some of the stuff. I think if you met the child and the child was, even though ugly cute, like you think it's ugly, but you know it's kind of cute, and it comes up and grabs your leg and whatever, and then starts playing with your children, and your children start figuring like it's what some children are just them children where you just look at yeah. And
I don't think it will get to the point where the baby will be around me to grab on my leg.
No,
there you go. I wouldn't want the baby to be my sight.
Yeah. So hence the reason I wouldn't go back. There's too many complicating factors. I know for me, like if a guy cheats on me, well, in relationships, if a guy cheats on me, that's the end. Simply because people can make errors. They can. I get that, but I just want to relax in my relationship. If my guy says I'm going home, I do not want to be that paranoid mess that thinks, oh, is he with or is he out or is he? Go on, go do your thing. Go on, play your cards. Go on, go play do your thing. I am not the over possessive, always on the phone checking where you are, girlfriend. But if you cheat on me, I'm an overthinker.
Right.
So that then will turn me into, if you now say, going down the road, babes, I'm going to meet up with blah blah.
Are you really going there?
And I'm going to be an arsehole in that relationship. I'm going to be an arsehole to you, and I'm going to be an arsehole to myself with the overthinking. So I tend to not go back. If I can't trust you,
allow it.
Forget it. And it's pretty much like just in romantic relationships. If I can't trust you in platonic relationships, if you prove yourself to be a snake, I don't tend to go back to friendships that I don't. Once trust is broken in any kind of relationship, that's the end of that for me. So, no, if you've got a whole baby in tow, I couldn't see it working for me. No. Let's see what No Bravado had to say about it. Let's see what they had to say.
Gary, would you take someone back with a picnic? You still didn't say. For your best friend.
I wouldn't say. I don't think. I wouldn't. I don't think I would say no. Unlikely. But I think it all depends how much I felt for the person. I'd be like, I wouldn't say no. So I'd be like, oh yeah, I know, yeah. But yeah, it's because I said my thing for me. I'm taking away my best friend element because of a friend element. Because I don't think that happening. Because I don't think any of the people. I don't think any of the girls I've dated would sleep with one of my friends, if that makes sense. I'm not saying they wouldn't sleep with other people, but they wouldn't sleep with one of my sisters. So that's why that's the thing I'm kind of finding it hard to recollect. And I'm trying to work it on back. And especially if it was after a while.
Right.
Would you look after the child?
Do we think that
is
it more that girls sleep with their best friend's man, or do men sleep with their best friend's woman, or is it? Do you think it's 50-50, or do you think
seems
it's more
like girls be doing it more
so, isn't it? Than men do it to men.
Men are more loyal.
It's more of a bro code than there is a girl code.
Yeah, the bro code is stronger than the girl code. Sorry.
You think so?
Yeah, bruv. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know.
You saying that?
Men will stay silent for them. They'll take a bollocking from their women, to protect another man. Yeah. Women can get stupid for man. Men, when it comes to their brethren, don't all often get stupid for women.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Especially when it comes to their ride or die. Like, they don't want to be seen in snakes as much. Whereas a gal will... You hear more about girls going with their friend's best friend than guys going with their
best friends.
What I would say about that for me is, I think it may happen more than you think it happens. I just think guys keep their mouth shut. Literally. I think guys just wouldn't come out.
To be fair, guys have tried that have been friends with people that I've been with.
Yeah, I've had guys.
And sometimes I've never said anything. I just shut it down and said, I don't want to be in the middle of this big bust up. I'm not saying anything, but don't ever approach me again, motherfucker. And then sometimes I've had to say something. So I think it just depends if the girl's willing. Really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think people just keep. And I mean, if we can do it once or twice and then get away with it, then they get away with it.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So our massive said, well, Charlene said, no. There's no way. Wherever you was, go back there. Are you taking the piss for real? I don't even want to speak to you. You both don't exist to me. That's the most betrayal ever by both of them, and took off her glasses.
Straight up.
Davina said she was betrayed not by one but by two people who she trusted. Not my place to tell her what to do, but speaking for myself, I wouldn't be able to overlook that. To be honest, that kind of betrayal, I wouldn't even afforded him the conversation, much less sleep with him again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I haven't had to deal with that from a close friend, to be fair, with man. I've watched a man cheat until he can't cheat no more, but not with a friend.
Yeah, it's a different level of disrespect. I said here that I can't pretend that I haven't made silly decisions with men, but because I've been wildly in love, but I don't think I could look past this personally. I think Charlie agreed. Charlie then comes back and says, and no, I don't wish you the best. Just don't come near me again. Otherwise, it might not end nicely. I will heal in my own time and just move on.
And another thing,
I don't wish you the best. Finish me. I'm trying to spat out my drink. Finish. No, but I'm gonna just be openly bad mind. I don't wish you the best because fair enough. My niece said, if he did it once, he'll do it again. Do not go back to him. Sometimes people have 99% of everything they want in a relationship and will be forever searching for that 1%. He found that 1% in someone else who didn't have the 99 that you had to offer him. Now he realizes that it weren't all that. I'm sure you question yourself on forgiving her and will say bun her and forever hate her. So why is it different? They both are as bad as each other. You lost your loyalty. They both had lost your loyalty, sorry. Let him learn from his mistakes and do him without you. Learn to heal and work on loving yourself because you deserve so much more and will get so much more in life without him. I was like, come on, Chanel. You taught you well there, eh?
Really good.
You have good things to say there, but I agreed. Who else? Who replied to her? Yeah. Samantha said, I've got nothing to add. And I was like, wise words. Mike Shaw said, why don't you just all play Dirty Crutches together? For fuck's sake. I expected you lot to say something on that, but no. Okay. Tazzy Taz said, you guys still there?
Yeah.
Who said?
Mike Shaw said, go and play Dutty Crutches together.
And Tazzy Taz. Oh, I was like, I didn't understand that name. I was like, what, Taz?
Yeah, Tazzy Taz said, I can understand deep feelings of love can make you take back all the hurt, pain both of them caused you. I'd walk away with my head held high. I have nothing to lose and no one to gain. It was never meant for you. Little Miss Simpson said she already knows the logical answer to her own question, and if she's going to allow emotions to override sense, then more fool her. She could only enjoy betrayal and deceit if she entertains that option again. And I was like, blood, I suppose she did say don't hold back, because I thought that was a bit harsh, but hey, that's how our group is. When someone shows you who they are, believe them, says Jess Simmons. You have to measure.
Sorry, let me share.
You have the measure of him, so now don't go back. Plus, imagine being with him while he co-parents with your ex-friend who also betrayed you. Far too messy. You deserve more. I liked that response.
Is the girl taking the friend back?
No, that's what the group is saying. Like, you're gonna forever have a grudge against the friend. So why is it different for him?
Because you love him.
Yeah, but you loved your friend as well.
You didn't love a friend. You liked the friend. It's just there, innit?
Nah, I think sometimes friendships with girls can run deep. You know.
Yeah.
It's a different type of love, but it's you know what I mean? It's not lesbian love, but there's love there. Like, some friendships can run real deep with girls. I've had women say to me on this platform that they I didn't hear that. What did
Arsenal scored.
Oh, Arsenal scored. Okay.
Declan Rice.
What's the score?
1-0. Deckers the Techers.
Right. I've had women say that they would feel more betrayed by the woman than they would the man. They kind of expect it from the man, but not their friend.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah. So Jennifer Ross said, to be fair, I've cut people out of my life for much less than this kind of betrayal. You already know what to do. Yeah. You know what to do. It's going to hurt all over again, but ultimately, also, you know that you've always got to love yourself most of all.
Yeah.
Samantha Latti said, it's really difficult to hang on. This is really difficult. The head and the heart scenario. She knows the right thing deep down, what she should do, but the heartstrings are pulling hard. We all have choices in life. Personally, I can't sit here and say, no, I would never go back from betrayal from both friend and man. The relationship would never be the same again, as you wouldn't be able to trust her choice. I respected that answer.
Yeah.
Lady said she would never feel good around him. Lady Reed said she would never feel good around him and will be continuously angry and paranoid. She shouldn't stay around people who have betrayed her. I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, it's the aftermath of that. I wouldn't be able to look at you the same. She would never be happy, says Carol Mackenzie, if she went back to him. He's only thinking about himself. He'll do it again. Do you not agree that he'll do it again?
Yeah.
Stop talking for people.
I think he could do it. I think it's definitely in his locker.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not in locker, but don't go on like it's definitely going to happen. Don't know that.
He's literally bounced like a fucking ping pong ball from household to household because he can't sit still. You know, he doesn't feel like licorice this week. He wants this week.
You know, he was there for a year.
You know what I mean? Like, he's shown no follow through. Like, he can't stick to nothing. He's fickle. Like, move, blood. You don't know what you want.
In all honesty, I don't think that he would. This might be contradicting myself. I don't think that he would do it again, but that's not the point. It should have never happened in the beginning. That's my point. You've taken a situation where every relationship goes through the ups and downs. Things happen, death, work, health, whatever. But the main thing that you have shown me as a man, is when things get hard and when we have difficult situations, you can't fucking deal with it. You want to go and find the next crutch to go and comfort yourself. That's my problem. So it's not the case of me thinking, are you going to do it again? Most of my mind, I think to myself, well, maybe you wouldn't do it again, but that's not the problem. My problem is situations will happen and you do not know how to stick it out. And I'm not going to be with a man who cannot go through the rough time without you finding somebody else's fanny to entertain, and they want to come and bring me the woman's child. Are you mad?
As that they said, the whole sperm turned into a human.
Do you understand? It can't work. I mean, I had somebody who said, "Oh, you know, my age was a problem." Bruv, you knew my age from day dot. You removed yourself emotionally from me. You know, mentally, emotionally, it hurts. It's double blows. And then you want to distance yourself. You don't find somebody who is your age, and then realize actually, I don't want it no more. But then but it made me realize I didn't love myself enough.
Right.
And then when I did some soul stuff, like, yeah, nah, you're taking a piss, bruv. And it took for him to see a side of me talking to him in a certain way, like, listen, this no, not gonna work. No, what you wanted is over there, because my age ain't gonna change. And now you put me in a position to think to myself, well, even if I was to take you back, the question I have to ask myself is, would I be totally happily with you, or would I be thinking, are you waiting for the next woman who's somewhere near your age for you to go and fuck off with? And that was my ultimate thing. Nah, it can't work, because I will resent you. I'm not gonna. I will maybe always have love for you, right? But in terms of relationship, no. You put that doubt in my mind. Put a doubt in my head. You're fucked.
Yeah,
should we say that, right? So if I'm in a relationship with you and I come and have a conversation with you about another girl, like, oh, I've seen this girl, she's really nice, I'm not going to cheat you, but I just, I have open communications. Wouldn't you feel the same way then?
Say that again.
If I spoke to you about somebody that I haven't done nothing with, just feel attracted to somebody. I met this person, I really find her attractive, but you're my woman and I love you. But I'm just talking, because you like communication, so I'm communicating that to you.
That's a whole different thing. Now, what are you trying to get a pass?
No, not pass. I'm just asking you.
You're looking for. You're talking. Do I mind? Is talking. Of course, I'm gonna bloody well mind. If she wasn't your friend before we met, she not supposed to be your friend afterward. Now, anyone before me is fine, but anyone after, no. You say hi and goodbye. You see the mat, hi and goodbye. Why are you changing numbers for? Unless you need to be in contact with that person for a business purpose or something else. No, I don't agree with. No, your friends before me are your friends before me. Anybody you're exchanging numbers with, you better have a good fucking explanation.
Yeah, I'd be like, don't piss me off.
Yeah, you better have a good bloody explanation. Like, I met this girl and we exchanged numbers. What for? Is she doing you a favor? Is she looking for a job for you? Is she gonna help you get a discount somewhere? Cool. If not, you don't need to know her number. I see you out. I say hi. You say bye. End of. But don't take the piss.
Don't take the piss. I think what I'd want to know, like, why are you telling me that? I know we're supposed to have open communication, but are you telling me because you want to do something? Are you telling me because there's a hole in this relationship that you're looking at?
I'm just sharing because I would like to be honest with you.
Let me finish this. Gary just had that trouble.
Wind up, Gary.
The wind up merchant. Daniel Hawkins Collins said, let it go. Feelings fade over time. No relationship is perfect, but you've got to love and respect yourself. Now, this is a guy saying this. Yeah. Before you can truly love someone else, I feel you are in love with who you wish him to be and what you see he can be. Mm-hmm. Don't let those feelings get wrapped up. It's hard to cut people off sometimes, but you've got to do it for your own peace. Doesn't mean you love him less, just means you love yourself more. I love this response.
Absolutely.
Especially coming from a man.
Yeah.
Also, since you have a kid together, she will be a constant reminder for the rest of your life. You don't need that stress. Trust me, baby mama drama will come with all of that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, Daniel. Great response. DJ said, don't worry about how he feels or wants. think about yourself, and this is another guy. No matter your feelings, can you say that you're really going to trust him 100% again? If no, then unfortunately, no matter how hard it will be, you need to move on for your own self, even if it means being alone for a while. Find yourself and start fresh. The guys in our group, some of them are just amazing.
Yeah.
Who's clapping?
Me, sorry.
Oh, because I can't see what's up in the thing. Sarah says,
yeah.
Sarah says, "Hey, lovely people."
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah.
So, yeah, I think the general consensus, even from guys, was that don't go back.
I'm not saying I don't think she should go back. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that you should consider giving people a second chance. I don't think it's the case where you just say to somebody, "You made a mistake. You can never redeem that. That's it." I don't think.
Some mistakes are unredeemable.
Yeah.
You do not get to pass go, and you do not collect £200 if
I land on go,
baby on me.
If you land on go, you get 400. So that's what I'm going to say. I landed on go.
No. You got to stay away.
You have to go to jail, and there's no pass go for you if you have a baby with my brethren.
No, like, babe, no.
And both of you better mind I don't see you out on road without the baby driving.
You know what? I remember back in the day, I didn't want to laugh because it's horrendous, and I'm not even sure I should tell this story. But I did snigger, but it was
snigger.
When we were younger, there was same sort of situation where baby mother and baby mother clashed, and one baby mother pushed over the buggy.
Oh dear.
Screen just went black. I was like, she did what? And yo, she pushed over the buggy.
Women are stupid, eh? I'm done, bro.
Her hand slipped.
I didn't want to laugh because it's terrible. Because it couldn't be my youth. Couldn't be my kid. Because everybody's dead, isn't it? You pushed over the buggy with my youth in the bucket. Oh my God. Ridiculous. The ludicrousy of it made me
her intrusive thoughts took over. She was done.
Wait. The ludicrousy of it made me laugh, and I shouldn't, like, even now it's like you shouldn't even repeat that story because you just look like a monster laughing.
Yeah.
I found it funny. It was fucking hilarious.
I was
over the buggy. I was like, did the baby fall out the buggy? Like, no. But she pushed down the buggy. Like, what? Who does that?
I told you she don't like that baby.
Right.
I used to date this girl for a while, not for long, because I broke up with her. But I never actually told her why I broke up with her. But I just broke up with her.
That was nice of you.
Gary, you can't break up with someone and tell them why.
Gary, you're a serious dater as well.
Cold as ice, you know.
Listen, anyway, when I tell you the story, then you understand why, right? So I met her when I used to do radio back in the day. I met her. And she was another DJ on the station and stuff played. So we went out a couple of times. And I was at her house one day and we was talking about it. And then she was telling me this, that, and the other. And then she told me, her ex-partner was pregnant, and the ex-partner punched her on her belly and stuff. I hope a thing around that. Like, and she had miscarried. Miscarried. So after I can't think it was a year or 2 years, they saw each other again. And then she said what she'd done was she started plotting for him. So she said he was in the house. Declan Rice again! Sorry. 2-0.
I made a bet.
Same guy.
2-0.
Yeah, twice.
Prediction. I did a bet and I said Arsenal were going to win 2-0.
2-0.
Or 2-1. That's what I said. I did a bet.
You put money on it.
Sorry, go on.
Scored 2 goals, man. Oh my God.
This guy scored 2 goals, the same guy.
Yeah, Declan Rice, yeah.
Okay.
Declan Rice, our £100 million player.
How many
Yeah,
times?
you need to score them
How
fucking
many
goals
minutes are
then.
left?
Exactly.
20 minutes.
You better get to shooting them goals at 100 million quid.
You better work for that shit.
You better score them
I'm
goals.
gonna be in the money. I'm gonna be in the money.
As well. Yeah. And,
Anyway, so the guy was plotting. The girl was plotting with the guy.
So the point. So she said she started having sex with him again, and then what she did was she made them breakfast, and she got glass and grated the glass, like
That's a tempting burger.
to make it look like sugar.
Don't you go and eat from somebody where you punched them in their stomach and made them lose their baby? You crave it.
Right.
Dead. What are you doing? What are you doing? You punched the girl up in her stomach, made her lose her baby, and then you're lying down with her and eating again. You must be mad.
You want to die?
Then she said she put some type of poison in some other kind of bit of food, but he didn't die. He got stomach cramps and stuff. He
didn't die.
And then she said that one day she was in her car and she just saw a mist and he saw him and just ran the car into him, but he hit the wall and tried to ring. So she got arrested for attempted murder. She went to France and then got put in prison in France.
Wow.
So after all that, I was like,
can we just go out for a coffee? And
so I was like,
ease off.
Because I'm young and you do dumb things, and I think these people are quite vindictive, yeah. And I don't really eat for people anyway.
But that's a trauma response, because if you are carrying your baby and then the father of your baby punches you out of your stomach,
I hear you.
Report him to the police as well. Like, what the fuck?
For me, you're a bit unstable, and if I'm dating you and I do something, I need to get out of this. Back away slowly.
Yeah.
Situation.
Trust me.
So when I'm talking to you now you can understand why kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't date someone who said I tried to kill my previous partner. I grated glass, I poisoned them, and then I tried to run them over. But he's for poison. You're for poison.
And then I went on the run to France. The fuck? And got arrested and got caught. So I'm not even good at it.
Right. Anywho, nice meeting you, but there would not be a second date where nope. I'll be like,
you know what? I'm going through some things. I'm not ready to date at the moment.
All right, we got half hour left. Final topic. Is that what I've just suddenly forgotten how to use the thing? One sec. What's happening?
Let me share this. One sec. All right. You can see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Can hear? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Who would you want to teach?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who's going to teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're going to go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're going to go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man. They don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wives. In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers because they are single. They're single mother, and they like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And this is they have raised you to be a single woman. And go so you don't need to depend on no man and get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother. But if you want to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife from a wife, the same way you will learn how to cook from a chef. Then once you surround yourself with other wives, then you will know what's intrinsically important to a man. A lot of y'all women ain't even wives. And you married. Let me ask you a question.
He said a lot of you are not wives and you're married.
Nah, it's 3-0. 3-0.
What, the same dude?
You lie.
No. Miko Marino.
Oh.
Is it half term yet? Half term. Is it half time yet?
We only got like 10, 15 minutes left.
Oh, they've won.
I'm winning the bet.
One more game to win. We've got to beat them again. Got to play them next week. I think it's Wednesday.
Well, they need to just go and sharpen up their game if they're still on nil.
And you know what? That's a good team they're playing against.
Real Madrid, they're a good team. Well class.
Yeah. Well, not 3-0.
Carter's going to be ecstatic.
So, was anyone listening to the program, or was you not watching?
Yes, I heard it. I did hear it.
All right.
I did hear it. So how can you not be wives in your single or can't
if
we
you
talk?
grew up in a single parent household, essentially you cannot learn to be a wife. What's your thoughts on that?
Bollocks.
No.
You don't agree?
As Dion said in the comments, what about people who are in long-term relationships who cohabitate and are with somebody for 20, 30 odd years who decide they don't want to get married?
You're not a wife, then, are you?
Pardon?
You're not a wife, then?
Yeah, but then you're still doing wifely duties. You're still doing the whole commitment, compromising, everything that comes with a marriage, is it not?
I think
I'm not married, so I don't know what a wife is expected of a wife. But I know what I know what I kind of want. But but I mean, I understand the guy. I don't agree with the guy's point. But I understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
people aren't teaching people how to be. It's the same thing when you say when people's fathers are not around, how can you learn how to be a man? What things?
Yeah,
it's the same kind of principle he's trying to use, but he's just flicking it around on women and stuff.
I think you can. I think it's just on the individual whatsoever. I think instinctively, when you love someone and you connect with someone, some things just come effortlessly, regardless if you've seen it or not. You know what it takes to be in a relationship. You compromise and you work towards each other's strength in a normal thingy relationship. That may apply to some people, but I think in general, like, no, I've been in relationships. I grew up in a single parent household. I've been in relationships and knew exactly how to be a wife. They just didn't know how to be a husband, and they come from 2-parent households. So I don't think that's entirely true.
Right. Do you think the absence of, because what he said was that mothers do kind of instill, like, not to depend. So I suppose because they may have had an experience where they have been abandoned by a man and they've had to survive, it's about teaching you how to survive irregardless of what happens. Do you think that plays a factor in women being single? Or
no, I feel like it's a life skill. Like as a general rule, you should have a connection to someone, not an attachment. So no matter who it is, you need to be able to function with or without a person. It doesn't matter who it is. So I think you can still know how to be a wife. You can still be everything to your husband without your life depending on his.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because if your life only can go on because of that one person, is a problem.
It's a problem.
You need to be able to function, whether that person's there or not. Okay, you've got your house, you had your car financially stable. If that person is not there, would you still be able to do those things? And that should be a case of saying to yourself, yes, whether they're there or not.
Right.
Listen, anything can happen. He can run off with your brethren and have a baby, and you can't. So people will be people. Anything can happen. Someone can unfortunately pass away. Someone could something. You might anything can happen that can separate people. Nothing is guaranteed when it comes to partnerships.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to have that in your reserve. Because too many women that have been married or housewives in the past and didn't have nothing set up for themselves, when the man has gone or thingy, they've then found themselves in a situation. You might be at the ripe old age of 40 odd or whatever, and you don't know how to function as a normal standard human being independently because you've tried to be, they've mistaken like submissive as giving your everything to that man, and not just because you don't have to work independently or have to function independently, it doesn't mean you shouldn't know how to.
Right. Absolutely.
You just use it when you need to. The end.
Yeah.
But everyone should have that skill where you know how to live without a man or a woman.
Yeah.
It becomes very techie if you don't.
And
do you think that having that kind of do you think that, I think you're right, 100%, you know, I agree with that, but do you think that having that skill without basically needing or to live with a man kind of interferes with you moving forward actively to get one, because you just become comfortable in that fact?
I personally don't think it should do, and from speaking from experience, I mean, if you're somebody that is able to do for yourself, whether a man's there or not, if you meet somebody who, some men will see that as a bonus, as a, you know what, okay, yeah, I know you can do it by yourself, but we can do it together, and they won't be put off by that.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not the type of woman to be like, I don't need no man, I don't need it. No, that's when it goes to a whole different level. But if you're somebody that can show a man, look, whether you're here or not, my mortgage gets paid, everything in my house can, you know, I can pay my own bills, but I don't want to have to survive by myself or do things for myself. I want to join as one, but better believe that if I need to do things for myself, I can do so. I just don't want to. It's in me to do so.
I'd rather do it with you.
Right. And I think some men and women, when a man meets a woman and they see that, some men be like, yeah, cool, I know my missus can change a tire or a light bulb or put up a pole, but I'm here, I want to do that. You go and have your nails done or whatever. Some men will like that, and like just same with a woman. They meet a man who can cook, clean, wash, everything for themselves. They don't need you to be there, they want you to be there. There's a big difference. And when somebody doesn't need you to be there, what purpose does that person serve to you? You know, if you're just wanting them to be there just to have a nice house and a car, cool. But if you're wanting them to be there so you can grow together, learn from each other, it's, you know, go through life with each other and so forth, then that's fine. A man should be, the right man for you will be okay with that, because they know that you don't need to be there. You want to be. You both can do by yourself. That's not a problem. You both have established you can do by yourself, but you both do know that you're two individuals who want to do together and can be stronger together. As I say, one hand can't clap.
Yeah. But I think as well, what it can do as well is it can also save you from a lot of bad situations.
Right.
And getting out of things out of desperation, because you need to, instead of looking at it for what it is, you can actually logically, critically think whether this is going to be good for you, whether this is toxic, whether there's red flags. You can analyze better because your thing is not dependent on it. It's not like, well, fuck it, I ain't got a choice. You have a choice. So I think it can save you from a lot of terrible situations that maybe in the past a lot of women or men were stuck in because that's all they had. Well, if I leave you, where am I going? I've heard people say that. Where am I going?
Yeah, that part.
When really they can't. That's the only reason you're staying. Like, because where are you going? So you need to. I ain't done a job in ages. How am I looking after these kids? How am I doing this? How am I doing that? And that's fine, but that's not. But if you have that other mentality that we're talking about, the independent one, it can save you from a situation that you don't need to be in.
Right. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Can I just take a moment before we go into the final comments, to say good evening to Jenny Sunshine, Joycelyn Brown, Davina Caborn. We've said hello to Dara Camp, and there's some other people probably watching review. Nicole Powell. Yeah. And some other people watching review, guys. Just say good evening and thanks for joining us. So
it's like you, Trish. If you were to meet a man who can do all the stuff in the house and do certain things that maybe some people might say a woman should be doing, but he can do it for himself. Wouldn't you like a man like that?
Yeah.
Right. So a man will know that you can do things by yourself. Yes, she's very independent. She can. There's a lot of things that a man will do that she can do for herself, but she's also able to, with her independent self, be woman enough to say, or be big enough to say, you know what, I know I can do it myself, but I don't need to. I'm happy for the man to do it. So it's a case of finding back to say you can have confidence but not be cocky, because there's a difference.
Yeah,
you can be independent and it not be a standoff to a man, or you can be independent and be like, nah, you're taking this to a whole nother level, you're just arrogant with it, and that can turn a man off.
That can turn off people. It
can absolutely turn them off. But you can be independent and be like, yeah, I can do certain things, but okay, he can do it, let him do it. you know.
Gary?
I don't. This whole men and women kind of roles thing is all long and thing, and just do what you can do. I can cook, but not very well. Well, actually, no. I can cook well when I want to. If I have them days where I may cook for you today, and you'll be like, "Wow, this is the best food I've ever ate." I try and do it again, I can't cook it. Fair fluke, you know what I mean? Sometimes I've cooked some food, people are like, "Wow," and the father said, "If I cooked to you today," and I said, "Nat, yeah, I played in that. I would never cook for you again because I know I couldn't do it again." So after, you're always in your mind like, "Yeah, you could cook though."
Bless you. I mean, I think
I go on again, but then on the other hand, so like, if people, like you said about girls being able to do things, I mean, anyone can do anything. Even if you want to do something, if you want to change a light bulb, you want to put a tire on, you can do it. I'll do it for you if you want me to do it for you, and then that ink. I like working things out.
Remember, Natalie was fucking disgusted with me when she realized I couldn't put air in the tire. But Natalie was like,
you know that I've changed the tire once, yeah, and I've never been able to do it again.
Really?
It's so annoying. I've done it once. It was desperation, and I did it, and I've not been able to do it again. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I know how to put air in it now, thanks to you.
What do you mean you can't do it? What can't you do again?
I can't change the tire.
What do you mean? I don't. You say you can't change it, but what do you mean? What can't you change?
The tire.
You can't get the wheel off. You know what to do. You mean, but you just can't physically get the wheel off or something.
No, I forgot what to do. So it's like, oh fuck! Like I've done this before. I've done this years ago. I was younger, and then it happened to me again. Maybe about 2-3 years ago, and I was like,
"They don't have spare tires now, do they?"
I don't know.
They have spare tires now.
Stop baiting up my car.
All cars don't have. No car have spare tires.
Yeah.
No,
the newer cars, Gary. The newer cars. Okay.
Cars don't have spare tires.
All right, Mr. Audi.
They all do
one flying. All do one flying. Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, and then you've got to phone AA to come and do it for you to put a dead child driver to the thing.
I did try to change a tire, and it just didn't. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no. There's some things I'm an absolute genius at, and there's other things that I'm like, what are you gonna do? Do you know what I mean? So I have to stay in my lane. Changing tires is not in my lane. All right. So our No Bravado Massive said, Charlie, what parts do you? All right. So you said he had a point to a certain extent, Charlene. What did you mean?
I'm in the case of someone, if it's a chef, etc., and playing football, you're gonna go to a football player, but then when it comes to
you go on to say, you say right. So he says who to go learn things from. So I don't believe that mothers are raising children to be single, because my mum was a single parent. Sometimes they say that you can only get advice from someone that is married about marriage, not from someone that is single and never been married. I think that's bad advice. You know what?
good advice is good advice wherever it comes from. Yeah, if it makes sense,
yeah, exactly.
if it makes sense, then it makes sense. Yeah, some people don't make no sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because you and your wife do something one way, I may hate that. That's not the way to do it. You know what I mean? So no.
Yeah.
I actually agree with Gary today.
Dion said, I hear you, but I like to think that most parents are raising children to be productive and functioning members of society. Primarily, we also try to equip them with life skills that they need to survive as single people or in a relationship. There are too many variables to say that a single parent isn't qualified to speak on marriage. For me, I totally agree that with that statement, to be honest. Hang on. For me, I totally agree with that statement, to be honest. What about single and happily cohabitating, lived with your partner for 25 years longer than some of your friends and family's marriage? You've got it all bar the license. Okay. Are you still not qualified to speak on what makes a successful relationship, as marriage doesn't always guarantee happiness? Yeah, fair enough. Melissa said, my mum was married, and she showed me by watching her actions of being married not to put up with any bullshit. Like she did, men also need to learn to be good husbands and partners, and fathers. This man is talking nonsense. A woman can still be a good wife even if she has grown up in a single parent family.
Yes. If you're taught to be a good woman, penultimately, you'll know how to be a good wife to your man, because you know how to treat people. A good wife isn't you can cook, clean, and da-da-da-da. It's how you treat your partner and how you treat people in your relationship.
There's emotional intelligence, there's all characteristics that make up a good person that contribute to you being a good kind of partner. Exactly. Half of these men were raised in two-parent homes and have no idea how to be parents, much less husbands or good fathers. Depends on what they saw, because Dion, hi D, that's a bit harsh, says DJ Cookie Chip or Choc Chip. Not any harsher than a woman being blamed for every failing in life at the moment. Now you know how we feel sometimes. DJ Cookie Choc Chip, I'm not sure. Are there entire movements dedicated to supporting the rape of men? Maybe I'm blind to it, but I also don't see BM's baby mothers vilified in quite the same way. Black men vilified in quite the same way as black women specifically. To be honest, I'm bored of it. It feeds into particular thinking, so I will remain with us. I will remain with us for some time. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Melissa, Sandy answered Melissa, exactly. Why do men always tend to look down on us as mothers, wives, etc., and take no accountability for what they need to do to be a good father, husband, etc.? We could say the same thing for a lot of men. We're taught to be good. Men were not taught to be good husbands and fathers, etc. When in reality, a lot of men have narcissistic tendencies. So Choc Chip didn't like that, I'm assuming. Hi, Sandy. I'm just saying, wow. Sandy brother Dion said, because it's easier to project than it is to look inward and recognize and accept that we're not perfect. It's easier to blame women for the failings of relationships than to say, maybe I wasn't the man she needed me to be. The levels of gaslighting towards women are ridiculous. Yeah, Dion was passionate about this one. She went on to say, I think it's important to remember that women outnumber eligible men. So not every woman is going to find a life partner without her being self-reliant, she would be in problems. Yeah, I get that. Absolutely nothing wrong with either gender being independent. I'm sure that's when Eva bucks up on one who makes them feel comfortable enough to let go of the reins. It will happen. Asia Omar said, so is this the same case for a man who doesn't know how to be a husband if their dad never married their mother? Desmond said, facts. 100%. It's the same. Regarding knowing how a man thinks, and then ask a man, any man, uncles, cousins, brother, etc. Then I wanted to understand a woman, I would ask my mother. I'm just saying. Jennifer Ross said, what's the difference between being in a long-term relationship to being a wife? Serious question. I know wives and I know long-term relationship issues are exactly the same, no matter their societal status. Donna said, I was raised by a wife in a Christian marriage over 40 years. It taught me all I need to know. Marriage is not for me. I ain't built for it. My temper is too quick and my feet even faster. I don't even want to go to jail for taking somebody's son's life. That aside, his husband reasoning is void. If your father didn't marry, who taught you to be a husband? A man? I grew up around mostly married people. Only now as a grown-up and reflecting do I realize how unhappy they all were. To live a life unfulfilled is so sad. Miss Simpson said, oh, please. A good mother would tend to raise her daughter to be self-sufficient, whether she's herself is married or not. The kind of wife her daughter goes on to be will very much depend on the example of marriage she witnesses from both of her parents. It's such a get out card to imply that the mother brings singledom when father's absent or present are just as responsible by way of their own behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was it. That was what they had to say. So yeah. A lot of women felt that we get blamed for a lot of shit, but we're not taking into consideration that actually no one really gets up and says, I want to be a single mother today. Sometimes fathers are just absent. So stop blaming us for single parent households. Not necessarily always the woman's fault. Any final thoughts before we log off? No. You didn't have anything to say on what our No Bravado crew had to say on it, or you just agreed with everything they had to say?
Agreed, mostly.
Yeah, they had good points.
Yeah. Who's playing their telly in the background? Come on, we know.
Sorry, it's me.
You with your football blood. Let's just let you go.
All right.
With that
game done 3-0.
They
3-0.
won.
3-0.
It's done.
Yeah.
So one guy scored two goals, and the other scored. And
one guy. Yeah, no. So Deck scored 2, and Marino scored 1 for Arsenal.
Okay.
I won the bet.
Go there, Arsenal.
Collect, right?
Well, what are you going to collect is the question.
What?
What is it that Natalie is collecting tonight?
That head shake.
I won the bet.
As usual, it was a pleasure. Shout out to Spotlight Radio. Head over to their page, follow them. We're looking to do some more work with them. We have wrapped up our Black Excellence Islington series, but we are going to be looking at putting some more on. I'll speak to you guys offline about that. And anything you want to say before we sign off?
Have a good day, and please, you know what? After chatting to my friend, people kind of look after your health, especially Black people with high blood pressures, strokes, and stuff like that. Listen, it's not no joke, man. Look after your health, eat well, loud.
And young people are having strokes at the moment.
Yeah,
a lot of young people. It's wild.
When I say eat well, what I should say to people, I'm not telling people to give up the food and whatever, but have 1 day of eating healthily, or at least 1 or 2 days, and then make it 2 days, and then make it 3 days. So half the week. So start off with 1 day and try and get to 3 days a week where you're eating reasonably healthy or not as much. Kind of more positive food and stuff for yourself.
Do a 72-hour water fast.
Yeah, something like one or two, those types of things every now and again.
How often are you meant to do a 72-hour water fast? Not every week. No. 72 hours is 3 days. You're mad.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a massive cancer prevention because you're starving the body of certain things. It's supposed to be. It's really good for you. I just can't do it.
I could do 24 hours. I could do 24 hours. I could do 24 hours.
Yeah, if you can do that like once every few weeks, you're laughing.
Yeah, I could do that, but not in 72. Mud. Nope. All right, guys.
All right, lovelies.
So I don't know. We got to decide offline because when's our next show? Oh, the 22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still be about.
Gary
is wed.
Why, Gary?
Gary is deadly.
He's disgusted. He said later, I'm going to watch the highlights or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, 22nd will be our next show. So yeah, we'll catch you then. In the meantime, stay safe. 24th.
Okay. Oh, you'll be there by the time your birthday is happening, though, right?
Yeah.
You will have had this.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Good.
But, yeah, so 22nd, and then we'll talk about we'll talk about what we're going to do anyway during that time.
Okay.
And yeah, guys, keep posting, keep commenting. It makes the show. We love you for it. There's no Bravado without the No Bravado group. So please keep posting, please keep commenting, and thank you for tuning in tonight. Much love.
Good night, all.
Bye.
Night.
Night.